military felt like family, like a machine going through its paces. I traveled around to exotic places, lining up crosshairs on exotic faces. They were all enemies to me. But I grew tired of crawling around in the mud, and every meal I ate just tasted like blood. I wanted to forget my name and get unplugged. I wanted to live secretly. I got me a farm out on the west coast. I let my beard grow down to my toes. I walked through the woods till the branches ripped off all my clothes. Then I was finally free. Ideal life, footloose and gluten-free, but the mundane country life gave me itchy feet. I started living off of scotch and poetry, and I began to see the light. But the light was always just out of reach, and the more I wanted it, the more it wanted me. Now all that's left is my broken body and a manuscript that no one will read. But at least I have my wild memories, and when I die someday they'll all just drip out of me. But in that shanty where they'll find my dead body, they'll find the remnants of my restless dreams. So from Duluth, I took that short, adorable bridge over to Superior, Wisconsin. And I quickly learned that it was an old harbor and bar-filled town, and Main Street was under construction, so I wandered around for quite a while. I found a tiny diner, though, filled with about 10 people, and they all seemed to know each other well, because when someone they didn't know walked in, they looked at me quite strangely. And for breakfast, I ordered a frozen pizza, and I ate the whole thing. It was okay. But meanwhile, a little mousy woman had walked in. She put her pack of Newports on the countertop and got a cup of coffee. I introduced myself and tried to get a story out of her, but she was determined to spend that whole morning on an electronic gambling machine in the corner, lining up diamonds or witches' hats or however those work. And I went outside, paid for my pizza, went outside, tried to smoke a cigarette and time it right when she would go out and smoke a cigarette herself, because every 5 minutes or so, like clockwork, she'd go in and out. But she was too determined, I couldn't get a story out of her, so I kept walking around, my hands now smelling like greasy pizza cheese and stale cigarettes, like 10:30 in the morning. And I went to a gas station, found two lovely ladies sitting outside of a picnic table. They were 40 minutes early for their work meeting, and they did not think it was going to be a very good work meeting. And I asked them for a story, and she said that she spent all of her time either at work or watching TV. So I continued on, my hands still smelling like greasy cheese and cigarettes, feeling a little deflated, until I found 3 people hanging out outside of an apartment complex. And one of them was a very heavy-set fellow who looked like he was passed out on the sidewalk, and he had a ripped-up black T-shirt, and there was an empty plate right in front of him with like dried up red pasta sauce, and there was a tiny dog licking his face as he laid there like half asleep. It was like one of those miniature dogs, and he just sat there like slowly acknowledging it, just like. I didn't know what that was about. I tried to ignore it and actually talked to his friend Tyler. I asked him if he knew a story, and he said, I don't know a story, but I do know a fairy tale. And he told me about how 9 months ago he had just met his wife, and they had actually just gotten married the weekend before. And that dude who looked like he was messed up with his dog, his face getting licked by the dog, had kindly helped them move into their apartment. So he told me the story of how they met and how on their wedding day it was raining the whole day. And the moment that they said I do, the clouds broke open and the sun shined on them. And everyone who went to the wedding said it was the most beautiful wedding they had ever seen. So congratulations. This song is for them and how they met.